see where we are. EGBT, don't recognise that. Oh, there's EGNX. We're going to fly over East Midlands where we were in before. Misty again. Did you like a good fruity curry? I like trying different curries, like, because there's so many of them. As long as they're reasonably spicy, then I'm fine. I don't like a curry that doesn't have any heat. I don't see the point. Well, Boom Sour, the altitude that you fly at is dictated by two things. One, how far you're going, because that will dictate how high you can go, like your options. And two, the weather. Quite simply, the reason they fly at different altitudes is to get the favourable conditions so they can get there as quickly as possible. So if that means flying at flight level 360 and you get like a 50 knot tailwind, and if you fly at 380 you get 70 knot tailwind, you're going to fly at 380. I've not eaten. I'm waiting for the new Aerosoft Airbus that's coming out. Because the new Aerosoft Airbus that's coming out is going to have server-based multi-crew support, which means you can do full shared cockpit and no faffing around with IP addresses, and that's going to be nice. So I was going to pick up the Flight Factor A320, and I was like, $140? I think I'll wait for the Aerosoft. Or at least I'll get an upgrade price. Yeah, so Aerosoft has said, right? Aerosoft has said that they've got this brand new shared cockpit they've basically rebuilt from scratch. And it's server based, so you can just, inside the MCDU, you can just create a shared cockpit session. You can put a password on it. It talks to those servers, creates the session, and then whoever's flying with you can basically just jump into that session, put the password in, and take over as first officer or as the captain. And then you can also have observers in there as well, so people can come in, like fire up their sim and observe yours. So I guess that means they're going to be sat in their cockpit in P3D, but you're controlling the whole thing and they're watching, which just sounds hilarious. Think of the possibility. And they've said that that will be free for life. They'll never charge for that. Reprick, did you know that Tony Hawk turned 50? What, the skateboarder? Wow. I reckon they'll announce it at the expo. I reckon they'll show it off at the expo. Although what I want to know is, what's this big PMDG announcement? What's this thing that they've been working on for 10 years. I think it's a Sopwith camel myself. Well, they say, Ceci, that they've rewritten almost 75% of the whole thing, the Airbus. Top of climb coming up. T-Jet, we're not doing Zebo because we're on P3D. Blimey, is that top of descent already? I haven't even prepped. I'll put that down just in case I forget. The meeting. Current route, mods got that. Does TUI fly to Lanzarote? Pretty sure they do. What I like about flying is when you get above the clouds, it's always sunny. Doesn't matter what the weather's doing down there, once you get up here, it's sunny. going to take that plate back in. Back in a sec. VMAX, welcome back. And back. So do that, do that. Smells of curry in my room now. Not even joking. Right, EGAA. Work this out. Best plane seat for a first timer, WH, about 5A or 5G, F, sorry. Will do you proud. Okay, we're now descending. We've not set the aircraft up at all. What did we say we're doing on the approach? ILS runway 25. Elbow. Right, okay. Airport elevation is 268. (109.9) India Alpha Golf. Glide slope catcher at 4.3. (9,121). Big Bear, how you doing? Right, 117.2 Belfast is going to be our fix. Want to be 2,500 at 2.5. Right, so by the time we pass this circle here, we want to be 2,500 feet. Radio height 108. Flaps 30 will do. Tons is good enough. I don't know, P-Bask. We can either do one more or play something else. Right, transition level. Is it 6,000 at Belfast? Okay, 248 is going to be the course. I don't tend to stream the FPS games. I don't play PUBG now. Transition level given by ATC, transition altitude 6,000. Okay. That's what the chart says. Not punched in. Yeah, we'll either do one more flight or play some Stranded Deep, one of the two. What's the blank screen in the middle for? Oh, this one. This is like an additional page where you can show things like your engine or your hydraulics, but you generally have it turned off. Standard procedures have it turned off because if anything happens that it needs to tell you about, it'll put it on the screen, like the engine will go bunk and it'll be on here so you'll notice it. Hey, Mrs. Frosty? You can see us getting blown, you see that? You see the top left here, this is the wind, 174 at 72 knots. So 72 knot wind is blowing across us in this direction. And you can see, from that view, aircraft is heading that way, but it's tracking that way, because the wind's pushing it. It's basically like trying to swim across a river. Drag required. Predicted 1807 Zulu for landing. So that EGAA, which is in 17 minutes. Let's got ourselves down to 9,000. Still on profile. Trying to get down to 205 at Massel. Why the speed brakes? Because it popped up saying drag required. In other words, it can't hit the constraints that we're trying to tell it to hit. So we're telling it to hit mass up at 250, flight level 205 here. In order to do that, it needs some drag because it can't descend without accelerating. So in order to not accelerate, it has to pitch at a certain angle, but it literally can't get down that angle, so it wants to go deeper. To do that, it needs a bit more drag. So you put these speed brakes out here, create more drag on the wing, and then you can have a sharper angle then, and descend faster. So you can see where it's descending now at 1,400 feet. There, that's the descent rate. The other day you went to Luton to watch some planes land and take off. Nice. Is this the Isle of Man? Whoa. We're actually flying over the Isle of Man at 20,000 feet. I assume that's what that is. There's a runway there, look. We're going to Belfast quite big. That's pretty cool. Custard tart. One is the TT.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Recipe giveaway, Tommy. Tesco, 4 for £1. Hey, Mrs. Key. Dev Crafty, thank you very much for subbing. Can we give Dev Crafty a nutty welcome, guys? Welcome to the Nut House. Thank you for your support. Right, we could try turning off the speed brakes. Because I can hear the engines pitching up, which is generally a sign that it doesn't need any more drag. That's the end of the month. Nice. Fusion Distress, welcome back. Gotta love Jeffers, thank you for 38 months. I'm sure the Isle of Man isn't that jagged. So we'll hit 9,000 shortly after Ringer. Which is fine. Just going to have a look at the plan mode now and have a little detailed look at this. So CF25, this one here, that's our 10-mile outer mark. By that we have to be at 2,500. Now it's got it, so I'm going to change that because I want it to be at 2,500 because that's what the plate says. And that'll force it to decel a little bit more there. When it flies from here to here, it'll make sure we're at 2.5 there. Because on the chart, it says 9.4 or 10.5 from Bell, which is approximately what that is, 2,500 feet, and then we come in and intercept 3 miles later. It would probably have worked if we'd have left it, but I'd rather be a bit more secure. So once we make that turn now, we'll arm the localizer. And then we should wait a few miles and then we'll pick up the glide slope. And then we should be on our way down. Mrs. Geek, we had that conversation a couple of hours ago, funnily enough. Does it feel weird flying on a computer than in real life? I don't think it feels weird, Mrs. Frosty. Certainly when you fly in real life, you appreciate the physical aspects a lot more. You know, if you do a steep turn in a Cessna in the sim, You don't feel it. You do it in real life, and it's like, whoa. You know, you think, how the heck do these fighter pilots pull 9G turns? Unreal. Playing Warcraft, Mrs. Geek. You should play with Snugs. You could join Snugs' guild. Mrs. Geek, he started a guild. I'm not... Well, yes, I am a real pilot, Alexan, but I'm a student pilot of GA planes. Not a commercial pilot. I think the Irish Sea is that calm usually. That's like a mirror. The only thing I need to do is look at the ground chart 2.5. So, when we land, it is 2.7 kilometers long. Kind of looks like we're going to have to go all the way to the end to vacate. We're not going to make that. That's way too short. So we're going to have to go all the way to the end of the runway, vacate at Delta 1, Delta, make our way back to the stand. Okay, we are passing 10k. Time to get some lights on. Barrel 9069, this plane must be a dog. It has a speed park brake handle. Oh. Oh, the desperate gags. Thank you for 60 months, Barrel. Okay, that's looking fine. We're on the glide. Well, the VNAV path. What's your rival, Belfast? Yeah, well, Andy, yeah, definitely. Definitely going to do that. Jamin, good afternoon. Blocky Games, thank you for the host. I don't know, Kybeg, I'm going to do a poll after this flight and see whether we want to do one more flight or switch over to Stranded Deep. Mark Major, 18 months, thanks for entertaining me after long training sessions made it the national team of Hungary under 18s. Ready for the European Championship. Dude! You need to tell the Nut House when you're actually playing and we can watch on TV, because that would be amazing. Nut House footballer. Somebody did, Mrs. Geek, but there's going to be a vote. Alright, we're coming up to transition. I need to start paying attention now. Okay, let's have a quick check on the conditions down at EGAA 1012. Surface wind 140 at 7, so it's going to be a bit of a crosswind. Okay. 1012 is set. Flaps 1 so it can reduce the speed. It's having to decel quite rapidly. Yeah, UK 2000, yeah. I am indeed. So this is the point here where we want to start. Still needs more drag. Want to start arming the localizer. Okay, we have takeoff brakes of 2. Sorry, RTO. I can't get my words right. Auto brake of 2. Continuous. Don't need to worry about ice or anything. Making sure it hits our target here. This is the problem, trying to get down to 2,500 by here. Should do it, it's going slow enough. Hey Steve-o. On the localizer now. Videos on PPL will probably happen after I finish training, I think.
2,500.
Okay, we're on the path. That's good. Oh, is it hockey? Mark Major. I thought it was football. It's not found the localizer yet. This is where you hope you've put it in right. There's the localizer. Right, on the approach. So we should fly about 3 miles before we capture the glide slope. Yeah, it's going well, Stephen, thanks. One way's in sight. Now we're just waiting to capture. And there's the capture. Right. Gears coming down. Flaps are going to 15. Our approach speed was 142, so we'll call it 147. We're going to have this crosswind to deal with, so when we go manual, we're going to start getting pushed. Toki on grass pitch. Okay, down to flaps 30. Check the recall. Only gear 3 green, auto brake is set. Flaps are green. Landing lights are on. On the speed brake. And we're now fully configured. Put that on when we get a bit closer. AstroTurf.
1,000.
Get a wing. Ding, ding, ding. Looks weird when it's like that. Right, we're fully manual now. Got a left rudder.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Come on, get down. Do you want to land? There's diesel. And there is 70 knots. We're on the ground. Welcome to Belfast. Are we allowed to leave on runway 17? Let's assume we are. Okay, retracted. Tax lights coming on. Transponder back to ground. So look at the stand. International Pier and Cargo Pier. We'll set up gate 21.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Fluke. So gate 21 should be left after this, on the other side of this pier. I am Kingy, welcome back. There we go, 21 and 22. We've actually got a marshal this time. Make him dance. It's a pretty rare event to get him to dance. Minus 0.1. Not bad. I don't think it's dance worthy though. Tell me to cut engines, but I forgot to start my APU, so he's going to have to wait. That should have gone off. Everything else is fine. Have you ever had anyone arrested before, James? What a weird question. Dude, wait, I can't cut the engines yet. I'll wait for my APU. Oh, what did I just do? What did I just do? I just killed my APU and I was like, really wasn't thinking. Do you plan to try some completely new airplane you've never done before? Not yet, no. I'll probably fly the NGX. I'd like to try the Zebo. I want to get back into the Dash 8 Q400. Ground connections. Let's just do that. Let's just badly cheat. Deboarding. Where are we, Belfast? So needy. Please take care when operating the overhead lockers. It'd be cool if you could actually see passengers like that. That's the next level, isn't it? Actually seeing passengers getting off. That would be so much fun.